Hannah.
Hi, I'm Lucy.
Today we wanted to talk to you about fair trading in clothing. It's important that people's human rights are considered when making these clothes.
Yeah.
And in a lot of cases, it's not.
It's not. Like, I think are made quite blind to the process and in the way that our clothes are made in the UK. Like, they just appear in our shops, and it's like we don't know where they've come from, we don't know who's made them, and like in what conditions.
Every person who's made our clothes has a story, and I think we'd be horrified if we knew the story for each individual piece of clothing.
Yeah. So we thought we'd look at this a little further.
So we really like clothes. I think Lucy's got a few new ones over here that she's gonna show us all.
Yellow, stripy, flowery, woo, everything. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Ooh.
Great super dry hoodie. Love it. Spent far too much money on that one.
Like this little pretty flowery skirt. Good little number.
These are my favourite pair of pyjamas ever.
No, nice. I like this top. I think I've borrowed this before. Should we check out the labels?
Right, this one is made in China.
Made in the UK. Made in China. The little skirt.
Made in Sri Lanka.
Oh,
This one.
that's come far.
Also made in Sri Lanka.
Made in Romania. This one.
Made in Pakistan. So, Lucy, do you know anything about the situations that people are in who've made these clothes in different countries?
So I know a little bit. I've been doing a little bit of research. It's part of my final year dissertation at uni. And the main problem is that the people, often in developing countries, are part of a system where their kind of cheap labour is used for our benefit, which is these clothes. So I've done it quite simply. Value is seen in terms of the clothes, which means that value is not seen in terms of the person behind the clothes. So what we need to do is to change our perspective. It was recently sort of discovered last year in 2013 from the collapse of the Rana Plaza factory in Bangladesh, which was made up of mainly women who worked in the light garment industry, which is like clothes. They're working in really cramped conditions for really long hours, with poor pay in terms of in comparison to what they were doing, the skills that they were exercising.
Do you know how much they were getting paid?
So typically, the worker in the factory, they're paid very low wages, only like 2 to 5% of each piece.
So that means if you bought a £5 Primark top, they get 10p for that?
Yeah.
We're not trying to say that this trade should stop, because it's a really important part of so many people's lives, and without these jobs then people wouldn't have jobs at all. We just think that it's so important that these people get a fair price and a fair wage for the work they're doing, and that they're working in fair conditions. And the fact that we get so many opportunities, and we're so privileged by the fact that we can just walk into a shop and buy whatever we want, it seems right that people on the other side of the world should also be looked after and have a fair opportunity to work that we all expect in our day-to-day lives.
I think that a lot of people say, oh, but you're Westerners, you know, that's the kind of culture that you're used to. I think that actually it's about basic human rights, and everyone has the right to have enough money to live on and to give their family food, and also to be dignified in the work they do.
It's important to know that there are some companies out there that are much better at giving people fair wages and fair conditions than others, and there's loads of research out there on the internet as to which companies are better and which companies are worse, so that's something you may want to think about when you're buying your clothes.
Yeah.
So if anything we said in this video has made you think that you want to play a part in making sure that people have fairer conditions, I've got a number of suggestions of things that you might want to do. One thing you could do is start or sign a petition.
Yeah!
Now, if the government gets 100,000 signatures on a petition, it has to be discussed in the House of Commons.
They'll start listening.
So they'll start listening. And there are also petitions already online. For example, globalcitizen.org has a petition about fire standards in Bangladesh. So if you want to get involved with that, like, get on the website and sign up to it. Another suggestion is wear used clothes. I personally think that a lot of the situation we're in now is because we just buy and get more and more and more.
Guilty.
Yeah, guilty too. The next thing you can do is do your research.
Yeah.
There's loads of information out on the internet that you can find out about all sorts of different things to do with fair trading. So one particular website you can go to is humaneducation.org.
It's a good one.
They have loads of different links on there to websites about fair trading in clothing.
Number
Look at the label. There are lots of fair trade brands out there, and there are some companies that are much better in terms of fair trading than others. So once you've done your research, you can work out which companies are better than others and where you're happy to buy your clothes from.
Check your label.
Check your label. For all you crafty people out there, you can make your own. Now this is really cool because you get to choose the fabric and make sure that that is sourced responsibly, and then you get your own original funky garment. Finally! You can buy less clothes, but by stopping buying clothes or buying less clothes, then you're making sure that you are standing against the fact that people who make our clothes are living in horrible conditions. So that one, I think I'm going to try and do a mixture of them actually.
Yeah,
Maybe
me
buy
too.
less, buy from charity shops. You can also do that. You can have clothes shops as your friends. So when you feel like you need to get more, you can do like a little clothes sale or a clothes swap.
I mean, we kind of do that informally all the time. Like, Hannah, can I borrow that top?
She's crazy, by the way. It's her influence.
She's crazy. Okay. We've got a joke for you.
Okay, we're cartoon tortoise.
Actually, I think it's is it turtles or tortoises that walk?
One of the
Okay, the ones that walk. Imagine, right? It's pouring down with rain. When it rains, do you feel the rain in your mouth?
No. I've got a beard.
I have a
Mustache.